Well, it's been a long time since I've done a garden update, and actually we're pretty much into fall. We've had some snow and some very cold weather, and everything is going to sleep, and I'm starting to clean up and put things away, and it's time to do that. This little dogwood tree in the back is doing really great. I love it in the fall because of the colors. I grew it from a stick. That was in a Christmas arrangement. I've taken down most of the vines and everything else. I've still got cleanup work to do back here. This is where the tomatoes, the cucumbers, and the squash were, and quite a bit of my herbs. And you can see here I've got a really late blooming pineapple sage. They usually don't bloom till about this time, and I'm grateful that the frost didn't get it and I got to see a little bit. If things are fairly above 36, this plant should bloom a lot more. It's really a late bloomer, but I've been harvesting herbs from it, leaves for tea for quite a while. There's still some nasturtiums hanging in there. Buddy finally came home after about a month. He looked terrible, but I'm fattening him up again. He is a feral wild cat, and he does roam around. He's looking a lot better than he did. I've still got some Halloween pumpkins up. Most of the plants have been taken in that are going to winter inside, but some I have to leave outside. Can't have room for everything. I'd like to, but it's not possible. So here is my, what I did recently is created a medicine wheel in my little backyard, and I came back here. I just wanted some outdoor space for prayer and for smudging, and I do that at night. I try to be inconspicuous. It's not always easy. This is yellow for the east, where light comes from, where the great eagle spirit dwells. Here we have the south, where the sun is strongest, the gateway of the emotions and feelings. Here we have the west, where the sun sets, the gateway of the body and the material world, and the sacred Mother Earth element. Marigolds are just about finished. Yep. There's a lot of mildew on the herbs, so I'm not picking herbs right now. Here is the north, where the sun rests, gateway of the mind, and the element of sacred wind. In the center, I have a blue feather for Grandfather Sky and a green feather for Grandmother Earth. And here's our last rose. She's a beauty. She made it through the snow and all the other stuff the other day. But that should be the last one. And finally, I wanted to just take a look at this. This is my bow of remembrance and gratitude. And what I did is I wrote down the names of all the people that have contributed to my life in a positive way, people that have passed on, friends, relatives, neighbors, acquaintances, people I haven't even actually met, but know from the internet. And I put each of their names on a piece of paper, and I mixed the 4 sacred herbs, tobacco, cedar, sweetgrass, and sage, and mixed those together. And in each little piece of paper, I put a little bit of herb, and then wrapped that up in a little piece of cloth and tied it with yarn. And I attached it to a cottonwood branch that I harvested from my tree in the front. And this is my branch, or my bow of remembrance and gratitude. And I spent about a week putting this together, and it was my All Hallows Eve, All Souls Day ritual practice. I added 4 feathers, an eagle feather that's white and black tipped, not a real eagle feather, it's really a tied turkey feather, for the north, the gateway of the mind and the element of sacred wind, and a yellow feather for the east, where the sun rises, and the gateway of the spirit and the element of fire. And here we have a red feather for the south, the gateway of the emotions, passions, and feelings, and the sacred element of water. And here we have a black feather for the west, the gateway of the body, and the sacred element of Mother Earth, from whose dust we have come, and from whose dust we shall return, or to the dust we shall return. So this was my ritual, and I didn't get it from a book or anything. It just came to my heart about a week before Halloween or a Hallows Eve, and I really wanted to spend my Halloween in a different way, not the way I saw the culture around me and the media celebrating it. There was just too much gore, too much violence, too much blood, too much horrible. There's too much of that in the world already to be celebrating it on any holiday. I'd rather see little ghosts and goblins and kids dressed up like princesses and cartoon characters than zombies and people all sliced up and parts missing, the gore and the macabre. I'd much rather see beauty. So I basically shied away from all that, television, movies, all that gore and all those things, and I wanted to focus on gratitude and love and goodness, and remembering that I am connected to everything else, that I do not exist in isolation, but I am a thread connected to many other threads in this life, many other gestures, experiences, energies, and how I engage in that and how I respond to those energies will determine the quality of my life. May I do that in a good way. May I do justly. May I love mercy, and may I walk in humility. And may the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in the sight of my Creator, my strength, my Redeemer, my friend. Mitaku Yeo Yasin, my friends. This is probably the last garden update I'll make for this season. But I wish you all well. Thanks for following my little videos on the garden. I'll be trying to put some other stuff up. Anyway, bless you all. Have a lovely week.